Alright, making my first YouTube video. This is a deer roast, the hind leg. I'll be smoking and then slow cooking it in a pot to make a stew out of it. So first we'll be removing the silver skin. And that's it. I'm not gonna video every minute I cook this thing, just bits and pieces. Alright, removing some silver skin. I like using a paper towel. You just could pull most of it off, but you do have to trim some of it with a knife. You don't have to get all of it, just get as much as you can. I really don't even know if this makes a difference. I just always did it. Family always did it. So I do it. Might not even make a difference. Get some of that thick white fat off there too. This is a deer, so it's extremely lean compared to beef. I'm gonna turn the video off now. I'm gonna turn it back on when I go to start seasoning it. Alright, I got all the silver skin off, or most of it. You're never gonna get all of it. Next, I'm gonna season it while my grill is getting up to about 225 on the smoke side of it. The smoker box is getting up to about 225. Use mustard for a binder, and really you could use any beef seasoning. I'm using Meat Mitch. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I haven't tried the seasoning yet. Let me see if I can find it. Got this one and this one. This brand right here is the best brand for chicken and for pork. I don't know if they even make a beef one. I'm sure they do, but the chicken one especially is freaking delicious. I don't have that one though, so I'm using the Meat Mitch steer seasoning. But use any beef seasoning. Beef and deer complement each other pretty well. So you just want to put a thin layer of this on there and rub it in, just to make it the seasoning stick. It's a good binder. I use this on my ribs too. Mustard you can't taste the mustard. Just put a light coating on it. I'm gonna put a good bark on this too, a good thick layer of seasoning. All I'm looking for here is a smoke ring, because after I get it smoked, it's gonna cook in a pot for several hours. This is just something I'm trying. I've never did this before. I haven't looked up anything on it. But you can learn a lot on YouTube about stuff. YouTube will show you everything. All right, I think I got a good enough layer on there. A little bit in there right there. I'll wash my left hand. All right, next, let's probably. I'm gonna move this over here, I think. Alright, that should be good. That's just so my seasoning will go all over my counter. I ain't gotta clean as much. I will move my coffee off the way. I'll use this side of this thing here. Good layer. That's what it's supposed to look like. Good thick bark. So we're just gonna make whenever it gets smoked. Don't worry about the mustard. You will not taste the mustard. It's just to get it thick. All right, I'm gonna start the video back up whenever I go put it in the smoker when it comes up to temp. All right, got her set. 225 on the smoker part, which I'm gonna be putting in, which is that part. So we'll go in about 2 to 3 hours. It don't really matter. I'm just doing it to get a little smoke flavor to it. And I'll start the video back up whenever it's time to come off. Giving y'all a little update. It's been on about 2.5 hours. Oh man, that thing looks good. Typically, when I smoke meat for a long time, like ribs, I'll go and spray it every 45 minutes with something. Some people use water, or you could use whatever you want, really. But since this is going in a pot of stew, that's not going to happen. And it'll need to happen. But while that's going, I'm going to go ahead and chop up my veggies and get my roux going, and then I'm going to take it off the smoker. See you in a minute. I'm going to be chopping 1 onion, 2 or 3 pieces of this celery, and 2 carrots. Got my vegetables chopped. I'm gonna brown them and then take them right back out and then start my roux. I rarely use stainless steel. I'm mostly 90% of the time I use cast iron. Unless I'm like frying an egg or something like this. I would use cast iron. Dutch oven. Stir that till it get brown, take it out, start the roux. Once the roux is done, or getting close to being done, I'm gonna re-add these back in for about 10 or 15 seconds. Stir it with the roux. And you're gonna make a dark roux. This is gonna be dark stew, like really dark. Then I'm gonna add my Genesis beer and then my beef stock. And then we're gonna let her go for about 4 to 5 hours. She's gonna be tender. Got my vegetables brown, got my roux started. I used 1 cup of flour and 3/4 cup of oil. Most people do a 1-to-1 ratio, but I find if you do it 3/4 to 1, 3/4 of oil to 1 cup of flour, it gets to the color you're looking for a little bit quicker. And I just found that it works a little bit better all the way around. But I'm looking for a dark brown color. Like something that you use for a chicken and sausage gumbo. So whenever this roux is done, I'm gonna show y'all what color I'm looking for when it's finished. And then I'm gonna add my stock, the beer. I'm gonna go grab the deer when it's finished, and then slap her in here. And I'm gonna show you all that too. All right, it's getting really close. I'm gonna go ahead and add my veggies to that roux. Stir it up for a minute. And rebrown again. Well, man, that smells great. Should be pretty good. We'll go ahead and add the the stock. 2 stocks, 1 thing of beer. Turn the heat down a little bit on it for now. So once you put the meat in there, this will take this sucker off. Don't know if I'm gonna need this thing, but we're gonna give it a shot. Oh. Dang, that looks good. It looks tender already. Take this sucker off. Ooh, this thing's hot too. I'm gonna turn I have to use both hands. I'll turn this back on in a minute. All right, so now if I can fit this in the pot, we will. I'm trying to just get it internal temperature. It's about 140. About 145 is what the internal temperature is. I'm just seeing what it was, how long it took to get on there. This is gonna be fun right here. Hopefully I get this sucker fit in the pot. So we'll go with this and this. I should be able to get it in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that leg off because it's not gonna fit. So when this actually gets done, I'm gonna pull the bone out anyways. So it doesn't matter. I just have the suction cup go off. Open up. Ooh, frick. All right, I got it in the pot. I'm gonna taste this. All right, this is not one that you can twist off, but I'm pretty sure that's pretty good just by looking at it. That ain't that bad. Better than I thought. Let's see. I'm gonna put a whole bottle of this in there. That's gonna be good, yeah. Bring it to a rolling boil. When it gets there, put the lid on, and then let her simmer for 4 to 5 hours. I forgot to show y'all what seasonings I'm gonna put. Oh, not that. Obviously, some salt and pepper. I'm probably gonna be adding more throughout as I taste and go. A little bit of pepper. Meat seasoned. Really just seasoned the liquid in it now. Use a little bit of this Creole seasoning. A little bit of pick a pepper sauce. Make sure the date on this is still good. Yep. Not a lot. Use a little bit of this. This stuff's pretty strong. A little bit of Worcestershire. Not a lot of this either. Maybe a tablespoon or so. Cajun seasoning. I use bistro seasoning, is my favorite. You could use a good bit of this. And 1 thing of minced garlic, tablespoon. Well, this is a teaspoon, so I'm gonna use a teaspoon. Plus a little bit more. All right, that's it. Taste as you go. Add as it cooks. Just keep going with it. All right, decided. Had about 2 hours left. I'm gonna add some potatoes. I just put a few in there. Gosh, she looks, that sucker's 10 bones hanging out over there. I'm gonna dice up some potatoes about that size. And the next 2 hours, let them get soft. So, be back whenever it's done. Ooh, that's fall off the bone there.